Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum. We're going to be looking at the current market conditions in lieu of the last cycle, and also look at tops for a lot of coins, local tops, and how they related to Ethereum. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So the first thing I want to say before we get into this is that I do not think that any type of manic bubble that might occur over the next few weeks, I do not think that is the market cycle top. Okay, I think it's likely we'll have a decent pullback at some point, but I do not think we're at a market cycle top right now. However, we're going to look at the last market cycle top to try to understand when Ethereum made its move with respect to a lot of the other coins that we follow. So the main coins we follow are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and DOT. We also recently started following Avalanche. DOT we can't look at because it wasn't trading on the open market back here. Ethereum had its local top, but at that time it was a global top, of course, on January 13th. ADA had its top on January 5th, about a week before. And then you can see that although ADA capitulated down to 55 cents, it rallied back up on the 13th, the same day that Ethereum had its final peak, to $1, and then it ended up going down. So a lot of times in the market, when you see a manic move by Ethereum, it can also lead to, say, maybe a dead cat bounce for a lot of altcoins. So here's one for ADA. You can see over the course of, say, from January 5th to here, the peak to peak, negative 30% over 8 days. So ADA had this dead cat bounce over 8 days, and the dead cat bounce came on the same day that Ethereum had a manic blow off top. Okay, and you can see this final move by Ethereum was a 2x. It was a 2x. It was over 100%. I mean, if you take it from, say, like the bottom here, it was about 150% move. So it was a crazy move at the time, and it was these final days here that led to the final blow off top for the cycle. Now we find ourselves in in slightly different circumstances today. I do not think, we've looked at this before, we've looked at the total cryptocurrency market capitalization. I do not think that we are at a market cycle top. Although we could be, sometime over the next few weeks or a couple months, we could be approaching a local top where we do something like this. Okay, we've seen this before. Ethereum can have a major move and then it can pull back, and then it just continues on. Right? We've seen this many times. We saw it there. We also saw it here. So when I'm talking about, say, cycle tops or what we're currently experiencing, I'm not necessarily saying that when I talk about this, it's a cycle top. I'm just saying that we're referencing it in terms of before a major pullback, and you can see that Ethereum is going more or less parabolic. So what I would be looking for Ethereum would be a manic move. And honestly, first of all, there is a universe that theoretically exists where this is the top for a while, okay? But in terms of, say, a more spectacular bubble, short-term bubble, if you want to call it that, I think that we have not likely reached peak euphoria yet, okay? And the reason I say that is because, if you look at prior bubbles, we were going up really quickly at the end. I mean, we're talking about if you look at say the percent moves we were doing 14%, and then followed by 9%, a couple days with maybe 2%, 3%, and then another 12%. Here's another 14%, and then another 20%. Now, I don't expect the current cycle to be quite as crazy as the last one in terms of how far it can go up before we get a nice pullback. But you can see that this is not exactly a manic blow off top, right? I mean, again, each cycle is different. Each cycle will have its own characteristics. Again, there's going to be one universe where it does something like this, right, and continues on. However, in terms of looking at, say, a bubble top, this does not appear quite as manic as I would assume it would. And that is why I think Ethereum can trend much higher than $1,800. Okay, I mean, you can see the current top is just over $1,800, but we're not really printing a lot of amazing candles in a row, right? I mean, here's 10% and then 9%, but then we're coming back down a lot, right? We're consolidating a lot. I don't consider this to be representative of a blow off top. Now, if we were to do something like this, where, you know, let's say we continue to chop sideways or generally trend up as long as Bitcoin stays healthy, and we go up maybe 10%, and then we go up 10%, and then we go up maybe 15%, and then 20%. That, to me, that would be more indicative of a spectacular, you know, media grabbing manic bubble. Okay. And I don't think, in terms of what it's capable of, I don't think we've reached that yet. I think there's a lot more gas in the tank for Ethereum. But with that said, we've looked at the Ethereum top. You know, it happened on January 13th. Here, January 13th, if I can get it on it, right there, January 13th. ADA's top happened on January 5th. Link's top happened on January 8th. So if history is any indication, then major moves by altcoins would precede the major move by Ethereum. Okay, so a lot of people are kind of impatient. They're like, oh, I wish Ethereum would do something. If you hold a lot of altcoins, it's my opinion that it would be in your best interest to be content with Ethereum staying kind of where it is for as long as possible. Because whenever, if and when Ethereum does something like this, it will be the showstopper. Meaning altcoins will look to Ethereum in awe. And Ethereum will steal the show at that point. This is my opinion, of course. It's not financial advice. Anything I say could be wrong. You know, everything's just a theory. All models are wrong. Some are useful. But what I'm talking about here, again, is not a market cycle top, because I think that the entire cycle will likely trend up to maybe $10 trillion plus or minus a few $1 trillion. Again, what's a few $1 trillion among friends? We're looking at shorter term moves, maybe getting, you know, pullbacks at some point, and then hopefully picking ourselves up, you know, by our bootstraps in a sense, and continuing higher. So this is what I would be looking for, and I'm really excited if this does play out like we are hoping, to see how high Ethereum can go. In my own experience, you know, I'm not able to predict any type of local tops down to the exact day, right? But in my own experience, it can go higher than a lot of people think before we cool down for a while. This is one hell of a momentum train, okay? And these things, it's hard to stop them. This one, it took a long time to stop it. Okay, this one, it took a while to stop it. But at some point, they do stop for a while, we consolidate, and then we can go higher. So let's see how high we can go before that happens. Remember, if you guys want insight into how I'm handling these markets, you can check out the Altcoin season sale for the premium list. If you want to lock in the lower monthly rate, check out the link to that in the description below. Also, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. The premium list, by the way, includes alerts channels, a risk dashboard, trading view indicators, and more. Premium weekly videos, weekly reports. We're actually going to do a premium only live stream here in about 1 hour, or probably less than that from the time you see this video. So if you want access to that kind of stuff, make sure you check out the premium list, and there's an altcoin season sale going on in the description below. That'll wrap it up for the video. Hopefully we'll see Ethereum continue to soar. Things are looking good. Let's hope Bitcoin holds up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.